96, 97, 98, 99. You caught me. Well, it's all about strength and toughness these days, and not just for you, but also for your e-bike too. On today's show, we're going to be looking at Shimano's all-new, tougher, more durable e-bike drivetrain. Yes, wear and tear. It's a problem for both body and bike, there's no doubt about that, and certainly something that affects e-bikes. But made to last. That's the message that Shimano delivers with their all-new Linkglide e-bike drivetrain system, which will be available on bikes and aftermarket from this summer. Now, I'm sure that many of you are aware that Shimano currently use a design called Hyperglide in much of their chains and cassettes. But Linkglide is all new, and it comes in either Dior 10-speed or Dior XT in 11-speed. Now, I really think this is massive news for e-mountain bikers, because Shimano say that the new Linkglide is 3 times more durable in wet and muddy conditions than the Hyperglide. So for e-bikes, this means more mileage and less performance loss. There is a new shape to the teeth on Linkglide, which is thicker and more robust, designed for smooth shifting, and yet able to deal with large loads and often under huge torque. The new optimized shifting gate design is also able to reduce shifting shock caused by high e-bike tension. So what about the weight then of these new products? Well, let's take in a 12-speed Shimano XT as a comparison. Now, 1151 cassette weighs in at about 460 grams, whereas a Linkglide in 1050 weighs in at about 780 grams. So as you can see, there's a slight difference in weight there, but nevertheless, the mountain bike market has been chasing weight loss for many, many decades, whereas e-bikes is all about durability and performance. Now, on the subject of performance, obviously seamless shifting is also equally as important, and Shimano point out that a rider who changes gear under high torque does cause unnecessary wear and tear to the system, which leads to performance loss. Obviously, there are a new line of Linkglide derailleurs too, again in Dior XT 11-speed and Dior 10-speed, both offering Shadow Plus, which has a chain size stabilizing switch for reducing chain slap. There are also shifters and the big one, the chain. Linkglide comes in 10 and 11-speed chains and are of course an e-bike rated product, but actually offer a more affordable option to their current e-bike rated chains. It's important to remember that for those of you who will be looking at this system, then please be aware that Linkglide Dior XT and Dior are not compatible with other Shimano components. So you'll be looking at replacing the cassette, the derailleur, the shifter, and if you so decide, the chain. And if you're asking why Linkglide specific shifter and derailleur are necessary, well, the shift lever has a different ratio, the pulling stroke, compared to other 11-speed drivetrains due to the different gear pitch. So it's also important to understand that new Linkglide is all about clean and seamless shifting as well as that durability. So there you go, folks, low maintenance versus lightweight and faster shifting. Or as Shimano point out themselves, Hyperglide Plus is for fast, whereas Linkglide is to last. Please do get involved in the discussion about these new Shimano products. I'm sure many of you think that they are way overdue. How often do you actually change the drivetrain on your e-bike, whether it be a commuter bike or a touring bike or a gravel bike or an e-mountain bike like the ones we use on the channel? So like I said, get involved in the comments down below and we'll have a chat about this new product from Shimano. Well, folks, it won't be long before the Enduro World Series e-bike racing will be upon us, and it kicks off in Valberg in June. Now, there is beginning to get some rumblings of new teams that have been set up. Now, one of the big ones is the Lapierre team. Now, this is headed up by the multiple world downhill champion and, of course, the reigning EWS champion, Nico Voulios. Those guys are going to be riding the Lapierre Overvolt, the GLP2, and Nico is going to be joined joined by Kevin Marry and also Antoine Rogue in that class. So I think that's a really strong team. Two riders coming from a downhill background on a bike which Nico spent a lot of years developing. It's got that battery in the central part of the bike there, so it's light in the front, light in the back. So look out for those guys at the race series, and don't forget to check out the series, the EWS E series for the season ahead. Get yourself on the entry list. It is a fantastic opportunity to ride some truly outstanding terrain.
Yes, definitely. And talking of riders on the move, we recently saw Paul Bassagosha move from Scott. Now he's been picked up by the Canyon Collective, so he's on Canyon bikes now, and it's really good to see Paul getting back on it, getting his style in, hitting those big jumps. And there's a really good quote that I noticed on the press releases actually: no matter what level you ride at, an e-bike can help you do more. And I think that's definitely true. I think that's true for a lot of athletes, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, I was super impressed with Paul Bass, what he's doing there. It's a breath of fresh air. Now, a mate of yours, Aaron Chase, has been getting all trialsy on his Common Sal. And look at this wicked scrub too. Now, he seems to be riding e-bikes quite a lot these days, Chris.
Yeah, that's all I seem to see him post about. But yeah, definitely get some really good shapes on there. Getting all Chris Ackrig style on his trials, trialsy stuff. And that scrub is something else, isn't it?
Now, talking trials, we have got the man himself, Chris Ackrig, doing a power hour on the channel on this weekend. It's called Shell Shocked, so tune in on Sunday to find out why.
Well, what's that you got on there, Steve? You're looking pretty fresh.
You like that, Chris? It's the new EMBN windbreaker. Check it out.
Nice. Well, we've got those all in stock, as well as loads of other cool items on the EMBN shop. So if you haven't been there, get in there and check out all our latest merch, including that fresh new windbreaker.
I think it's a good one to take on our shoots.
Right, it is time to go where in the world to see where you guys have been riding your e-mountain bikes. Who have we got first, Steve?
Well, Andrew has properly blown me away with this shot. This is on his Scott E-Genius, and the location is Carn Coir Rhybych in above Loch Ness in Scotland. That is truly stunning. 541 meters. Solo ride, just bagging some trigs. That's wow. Andrew,
probably one of the best shots I think we've ever had here on the EMBN.
Andrew, that is all time. Crikey, look at this, the lovely shepherd. That's a bit of a surprise, Tony. That's just down the road from myself here. That's a great part of the world to ride in. Although that limestone is pretty tricky in the wet for sure. And what about this one from Rob, Chris? This is Rise.
Yeah, local to us down in Weston-super-Mare, actually. I think I've ridden out on that point, actually. So didn't take any light, so I had to hit turbo mode to get home before it went dark. So a nice sunset shot there.
Yeah, so from sunsets to slick rocks, this is Victoria and Specialized Knievo and John Trans E Plus Pro on the Eaglestone in the Peak District. Lovely bit of rock there.
Yeah, next up, we've got some fat bike action here from Torstein. He's riding a Rock Machine Avalanche out in Norway. He's on a tiny island called Stord. It's close to Norway. Solo ride with coffee and lemon-flavoured can of beer in my backpack for a nice outdoorsy lunch and enjoying the scenery. And it looks pretty epic there, doesn't it, Steve?
Absolutely. And then Matthew on his Trek Rail up on Thornton Moor in Halifax, reminding us of those winter months. His first ride on a new bike, even the snow wasn't going to make him wait for his ride. So some superb, absolutely superb contributions there to Where in the World. Like I say, it's truly inspirational content. Great to hear from you guys. Let us know your thoughts on some of the submissions this week. I think that shot from Scotland really is whetting my appetite for some adventures over the summer.
Definitely. Coming up this week on EMBN, we have a great week of content for you guys, as always. Kicking things off on Friday, we've got a great video taking a look at the things that can ruin a ride, bring it to a standstill, or make your day not as good as it could be.
And then on Sunday, as I mentioned earlier, is the Power Hour with Chris Ackrig, Shell Shock. Find out, as I mentioned, what Shell Shock actually means. It truly blew my mind what can be done on an e-bike. Whatever you do not miss that video. It is truly mind-blowing. And then on Monday, we're taking a look at how tyres can affect how much range you get out of your e-mountain bike, a very important option, which is also linked to the video we talked about on contact points on the channel on Monday. Moving now to comments and questions. Now, this is in relation to our global climb off. EMBN versus GMBN Tech versus GMBN versus Ollie from GCN on his gravel bike. And Bruce Hewitt says, that's hardly a fair race. One of those runners had to carry a bike the whole time.
I think it's in reference to Ollie trying to go up the hill on his gravel bike there.
Yeah, and this then from Roni Herefos, who says, all my respect to Mark, running up and only being 2 minutes. That honestly, seeing Mark run up that hill was one of the, it's superb. You know, 1,000 feet in 11 minutes. You try doing that, Chris. It's crazy.
No,
it's
thanks.
crazy.
And the final comment here from Ivan Ramick. He's saying, it would now be funny to see you guys do the same challenge but switch up the bikes. E.g. EMBN gets a gravel bike, Rich and Ollie go with e-mountain bike, and GTN with a normal mountain bike. What do you think about that one, Steve?
Well, I tell you what I think about that, Chris, is that I'll be on holiday when that video gets filmed. That's
conveniently nice. Right, it is time for Ride of the Week, and we've got a great entry in here from Paul from northwest coast Tasmania in Australia. Now, Paul and his friends have been out for an epic ride all over Australia here, and he's documented the ride, and it looks an absolutely amazing spot to go. Check out this.
Well, folks, it's Bike Vault time, and what we've got this month, kicking off with Wayne and his white E180 RS in Ochil Hills in Scotland. What a beautiful shot, Chris. That's got a coil shock on there. I see he's kind of done a bit of a change there. I think that is a super nice opener to this week's Bike Vault.
Definitely. And next up, we've got Anthony here with a modified 2020 eSales Monarch Crown, all-wheel drive fat-tired bike out in New Jersey, and the Black Run Preserve. Think about that. I'd like to see that bike a little bit closer. Maybe so that's a nice shot there.
Yeah, and then from New Jersey to Montana, Thomas Track Rail 5 weekend out in the mountains of the that area in northwestern America. That's a nice shot there on the track rail. But this next one from Ferdinand on the high bike Xdura All Mountain 6 out in Las Vegas is fantastic, isn't it? Look at that.
That's gonna be super nice, isn't it? It makes me want to ride there.
Yeah, and another high bike, Chris.
Yeah, as this is from Steven. He's got his high bike out in Bolton. Solo ride on his new bike. I think I'm going to give that one a super nice as well. Look at that. It just looks amazing spot to ride.
Yeah, cool. Now, we talked about the Ochil Hills earlier. We've got another Ochil Hills shot here from Michael and his Orbea Wild FS. He upgraded this bike with a Zeb fork, Spank 350 rims and DT Swiss 240 hubs. I like it. I like it, Chris. How much do I like it? I like it a lot. It's super nice.
Nice. I like the colour of this bike actually. So this is a Trek Powerfly. Belongs to Shane. He's out riding in Covert Woods in Barham in Kent. Having the time of my life riding these trails on my new e-bike. It's a nice looking bike, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
The colour coding going on.
It's nice.
What do you think?
I think it's nice. But this from Richard, this one from Richard, an Old Bear Rise. This is in Roadgate Bike Park. I really like the fact that there's some people there in the background. But if that front wheel was turned a little bit more, I think that would have been a super nice. But it's in between, isn't it? It's in between nice and super nice.
Nice, I think.
Yeah.
But moving on to this one from Richard. This is high bike Enduro All Mountain 2016 model. He's out in Lundy Crags. A nice day out with some great trails. Looking over the River Tay.
Yeah.
Now,
I think
even though it is non-drive side, I think we're going to allow this as an exception, Steve, aren't we?
Who cares about drive and on-side? That is one of the nicest ever Bike Vault submissions. Yes, the Horizon's going through the top two, but what a beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Super nice, yeah.
Sure. Gary then on his Specialized Levo carbon comp in Abergele, North Wales. With Gurach Castle in the background. I mean, that's almost super nice as well, isn't it? But we'll give it a nice. But the bike of the week, Chris, has got to be
That first shot for sure, I think.
The first one, the high bike's good, mine. The high bike out in Lundy Crags, that was good.
Yeah.
We're going to give it.
I think the high bike out in Lundy Crags, Steve, actually, yeah, for sure.
That's it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it from the Bike Vault. Richard from Lundy Crags, fantastic shot. That's it, folks. Let us know your thoughts on the new Shimano Linkglide system in the comments. It's definitely come at the right time. Give everyone the comments on that, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, cheers.